and poof, just like that, they're gone. 1 minute you're vibing and the next, radio silence. No text, no closure, just a sinking pit in your stomach and a familiar cocktail of rejection, confusion, and that gnawing fear that maybe this is just dating now. Try to shake it off. Tell yourself it's not personal, but the truth is it still hurts. You find yourself replaying everything.
I say too much.
Not enough.
Was I too eager?
Or maybe too chill.
Or maybe I just shouldn't have worn those damn shoes. It's exhausting. And worse, it really messes with your confidence. If this sounds familiar, I think we've all been there. You're definitely not alone. Even more importantly, you're not broken. Hi, I'm Emily, a confidence and inner critic coach for millennials raised by boomers, which means I specialize in helping folks just like you rebuild trust in themselves after situations just like this. In this video, I'm going to give you 4 tools to help you rebuild confidence after rejection, stop the spiraling when ghosting happens, and hopefully make this whole modern dating thing feel just a little bit less soul-sucking. Oh, and stick around until the end. I've got a few bonus mindset shifts that are especially powerful if you get into them with a group of friends. One is to increase your capacity to feel rejection. It almost sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but the reality is that rejection is going to happen in the dating world and outside of the dating world. Confidence isn't about making it so that you never get rejected. It's about knowing how to handle the feelings when you do. Most millennials never learned how to truly process emotional discomfort. So when rejection shows up, we freeze or we numb out. Worst of all, we make ourselves so wrong for even having the feelings in the first place. So here's your new approach. Step 1. Stop making your feelings wrong. I literally cannot stress this enough. You are always allowed to feel what you feel. Side note, action is different. We're not talking about action. We are talking about feelings, and feelings are always allowed. Step 2, let the physical sensations exist in your body. Notice if you feel tightness in your chest or heat in your face or a sinking feeling in your stomach. Step 3, safely express that experience, that sensation. Move, sigh, shake, make sound. Let your body metabolize the emotion instead of trapping it. Step 4, repeat often. The more that you do this, the less scary that it feels to have and hold big emotions. And that decrease in fear actually leads to an increase in confidence to bounce back, to be able to do what you actually want to do. Tool 2, and that is to find and out your inner critic. Listen, dating in 2025 is already brutal. Add your inner critic to the mix, and it's like a full-on psychological obstacle course just to get through one date. You know this voice. It's the one saying,
You should have texted back so fast. You look so desperate.
you definitely overshared and totally scared them off.
Don't come off needy. Be chill. Always be chill.
That voice, it's not you. It's a horrible mashup of bad dating advice and your parents' high expectations. So what do you need to do with it? Out it. Here's what you're gonna do. Step 1, say the critic's words out loud. Hearing them outside of your head makes it so much easier to separate from them. Step 2, if you don't know what the critic is saying, ask yourself these 2 questions. The first one is, how do I feel right now? Once you've identified that, you're gonna ask yourself, what would I have to say to someone else to make them feel the way that I'm feeling right now? And then say those words out loud. Step 3 is to respond. What do you want to say back? What's actually true for you? And can you tell this critic that? Outing the critic always puts you back in the driver's seat. Tool 3 is to use parts language. Dating in 2025 can feel like the wild, wild west. Literally anything goes, and half the time you're not sure how you feel or what the other person is even thinking. That's why parts language can be a game changer. Instead of, I don't know, I just feel weird. Maybe I was too much. Try talking about your experience in parts. It sounds a little something like this. A part of me actually had so much fun on that date. A part of me definitely wishes that they would have asked more questions about me.
A part of me feels so awkward about how much I talked about my dog.
This gives your brain so much more space because you don't have to pick just one narrative. You can hold multiple truths and multiple realities at the same time, and that is what lasting confidence is made of. Tool 4, and that is to make decisions instead of rigid boundaries. Boundaries are great and oftentimes very necessary, but sometimes they can feel rigid, especially when dating gets messy, which it does. I want you to try this instead. Think in terms of decisions. You are allowed to adjust in real time. Asking yourself these questions can be super helpful. If I had to describe my experience with dating using parts language right now, who would show up? And then once you ask yourself that question, map out your parts. See just how many there are of them. You may even discover some that you're not even consciously aware of. Do I have any parts that have non-negotiables? And then once you've identified those things, check in with the rest of the system and see how everyone else feels. You might have parts that have these non-negotiables and other parts that literally don't even care. It's important to know things like that. What kind of dating experience do I want to create, regardless of what the other person is doing, and how can I help myself create that? Thinking about creating these kinds of experiences for yourself in terms of making decisions in each moment as it shows up gives you so much more flexibility than trying to hold true and fast to rules or boundaries that you've created for yourself in a moment that may not necessarily be true any longer. So if you've made it this far, we're gonna go into the bonus mindset shifts. These are great to journal out on your own, or even better if you wanted to bring it into a group with friends and see where you each stand. Okay, here we go. So the first one is to ask yourself, why do you really want a partner? Let yourself sink into your body as you explore this question. Sometimes we surprise ourselves when we go deeper than the layer of just the logical mind. What essence or energy do I want to experience in a relationship? Another way to get into this same idea is if you couldn't describe your partner in terms of physical or even personality traits, how would you want to experience being in relationship to them? What would happen if I took a break from dating? Do I hold any beliefs about dating or longer term partnership that I don't know are necessarily mine? Maybe I've inherited them from my nuclear family or from the larger society, and am I open to exploring those? Okay, let's be honest. Modern dating is a mess, but you are not. So many people would have you believe that confidence is about being unaffected, but it's not. Real confidence, lasting confidence is about being able to feel and reflect and choose again and again and again. Let me know in the comments how things have been going for you and which of these tools you're gonna try next. And if you want even more support on feeling those big feelings, I have a whole video that walks you through the entire process. I'll link it below and I'll pop it up on the screen so that you can go check that one out next. Come back and let me know how things are going, and don't forget to speak your truth.